PS2 mini games.
So we're back now from OLL. This is about Sunday, 5 o'clock. Well, it is Sunday. It's 5 o'clock in the evening right now. I'm just going to go through the games one by one quickly. So Saturday's haul was a much bigger haul to be expected because obviously there's more games, and literally got in there 10 minutes in and I literally struck with what I really wanted. Out of the top 10 listed, I only got one of them because that was literally the only one that was actually there, and you'll probably guess which one it is. It's probably the one that was probably always going to get. I am a little disappointed at the range of gaming stores, if you will. How can I put this? Because obviously I went to Doncaster Gaming Market 2 months ago, and that literally had everything to buy gaming wise. I think my expectations for OLL was a bit too high. So when we got there, and there was only about four gaming stores where you can actually buy old retro games. Disappointed, a little bit disappointed in the range. Thank God for Last Level Games, because they literally pretty much saved my day because they had awesome range. We'll say one thing, last year was probably more gaming stalls. This year there was probably not much range at all, sadly. I understand why. Obviously they're trying to integrate more people into the festival. Obviously there was far more actual consoles you can actually play games there, far more of that. Far more tabletop games, which I'm always a big fan of because tabletop games are awesome. Far more like, it's not far more. This year there was a magazine stand for like old gaming magazines. I'm not getting into that yet, but I probably will for like PS2. I probably should have got some, but I didn't bother this year. Obviously collab stands, there were still some of those there. And also like unique stands, like getting like coasters. You're seeing some of the videos. I pretty much took photos of everything. Obviously a lot more YouTubers this year because it was obviously bigger this year. They pushed out a little further. By far the most social YouTuber, genuinely nice human being, Mr. Riggs, one of Dave's favourite YouTubers, Mr. John Riggs, a genuinely nice human being. I mean, the first day he walked around here was a Robotnik costume, awesome costume by the way. And day two, he was just there selling his games he developed himself, obviously, and with friends. My friend Dan got one of his games. I'm not going to say which one it is. You'll see it in one of his future episodes. Genuinely nice human being. To be fair, all the YouTubers were genuinely nice human beings, but some of them were a little more, not so much less social, but it's like less talkative. Some of them were, but by far, very humble man, Mr. Riggs. We'll go with that. Also, we didn't do the quiz this year. Main reason, A, couldn't get a team. B, after both days, we were kind of smidgen tired because after last night's drinking session, because Dan stayed for the late night party drinking session. I went home about 8 o'clock. He was a smidgen tired too. Also, this year had to pay to enter the quiz. Per person, £5 per person. Last year it was free, and I don't mind paying, but it's like we're not going to win, so why would I pay to lose? So we skipped it this year. Yeah, so that's not a big loss. But also by about 3:30 when I left, I was actually getting a bit mentally tired too. So actually, it was a good call not to do that. Anyway, let's go through Saturday's game and haul. So, not in any particular order what I bought, just games I bought on a Saturday. First game, Way of the Samurai. As you can see, this cost £15. I've been wanting to get this game for some time. This is actually a very good game. I have played it before, been meaning to pick it up again. Also need to get Way of the Samurai 2. Still holds up today. You can actually play this on Steam. You can buy it on Steam, so I'm going to get back into this. Oh, by the way, I have noticed in the last month or so, I've been buying a lot of Japanese-oriented games. That's purely coincidence. It's just purely coincidence. So that's quite a big win. So that's £15 straight up. Game number 2, Ring of Red. A Konami game. Most Konami games are built well, so I've never actually heard this game. The box art alone intrigued me. I'm going to assume it's some kind of hack/slash game kind of thing. I don't know if it's an RPG. I will have to try this. As you can imagine, there's over like 2,500 PS2 games. There are going to be some games I've never heard of. This is one of them, but I'm genuinely going to actually try this to see what it's like. I'm going to assume it's pretty good. £12. I don't know if £12 is expensive or cheap, or I'll Google it later. I don't care. I've now got it, so it's a win. Game number 3, Taito Legends for £6, as you can clearly see. Obviously, Taito, the people who made Bubble Bubble, to this day, one of my favourite NES games, Bubble Bubble. The Bubble Bubble theme, by the way, if you get it stuck in your head, you're screwed for like a good half an hour. It's so catchy to this day, and you will hum it, and you'll be there for like a good hour, and you're just like cutting onions in the kitchen. You'll be going da 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 da. I've done it. It's a cheerful thing. But Taito always made very good games, so I might try some of these. Obviously, Space Invaders on here. Obviously, Gladiator, that kind of stuff. And there's other games like Collie 7, Jungle Hunt, so I'll try a few of these games. But obviously Bubble Bubble, all about the Bubble Bubble. So that's £6. So obviously 3 games in, we're already up to 33 quid. Not bad at the moment. Game number 4, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 Platinum. You have no idea how happy it is to get this in the Platinum version. It's the first time I've seen the Platinum version. Obviously Platinum CD, so I'm very happy about that. £15. Probably more than it's worth, but for the Platinum version, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Some people still regard Budokai 3 as by far the best Budokai across the board. Open world's pretty clean. Obviously, the first game to include Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I believe. I could be wrong about that. I think it's also the game that pushed Broly quite a lot. You know, because obviously, for those Europeans who didn't have the chance to watch the 1990s Dragon Ball Z films, Broly was quite popular at this point. Obviously these days modern Broly is a much better version of Broly. Dragon Ball Super in some aspects is better, some aspects it's a lot worse. The Tournament of Power was quite a good watch if you don't like take it seriously. Jiren as an antagonist, no, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Bland, so bland. That's obviously, I'm getting distracted now. Game 5, and one I've been trying to find for some time, the original Yakuza. £25 to pay for this. Probably a little expensive, but I've been wanting to find this for some time. Already got Yakuza 2, so I can actually start playing these again. Did play them when I was a boy, but I lost them. I lost a lot of PS2 games, by the way, just telling you now. As I said in the top 10, Yakuza franchise, fantastic franchise, still going strong. Casey still seeing Bakayata. I'm gonna start playing this again because it holds up. They hold up so well, the Yakuza games. They really do. By the way, the majority of these games I did get from Last Level Games, but there were other stores, and you'll see in the videos. The Yakuza game I didn't get from Last Level Games. I got from I've forgotten their name. Nice people too. It's the same because there was a box PS2. It was £60. It wasn't great boxed, but I left it and I should have bought it really. Someone got it, but it's like it was rough looking, but it's still boxed. Side note, by the way, there was no aqua blue PS2s. There was absolutely no chainsaw controllers. For the PS2 stuff I was looking for, not much variety. Obviously, they were going for like the older stuff. I understand that. Some places you find stuff, places you don't. This was a place where you didn't find much. I'll let it go. Just let it go. So the next 5 games I bought from the same store. This lady, a very nice lady, I think she's in her 30s or 40s. She was mainly doing like plushies and like balls, like Pokemon balls, where you can like see the figurines inside. But then she was randomly like selling her own collection of like PS2 games, and she's selling like kind of cheap. So as you can imagine, I snapped that shit up like you'll not believe. Yes, she was selling the games, so I've literally just bought most of her games. There weren't many, it's like 12 of them. So anyway, the next 2 or 3 games she sold for £5 each. First one, Metal Slug 4. You're going to be paying at least £12 to £15 at a CX for this game. So getting this for £5, it's a bargain. And obviously it's a Metal Slug game, so it's going to play really well. So that was a massive win. Very happy to get this game. The only Metal Slug I ain't got now is Metal Slug 5. I've got 3, 4, and Anthology. So I'm just one away from wiping off Metal Slug off the list of games I need to get. So I was genuinely thrilled to get this. Metal Slug games are so good. How can I put this? I've always been a big fan of the 2D gun games and the 2D like space shooters. Like obviously Galaga, Ikaruga was an amazingly hard game. I think that was a 90s game. I think it was called Raptor for the PC. It had some awesome music, but never could beat it because that was genuinely hard too. And I'm getting sidetracked. Second game got from 5 from this lady, Mad Maestro. It's about the right price for it. Maybe a little. Maybe got a little cheap. Man, My Story is unique. Obviously, it's a music entertainment game. As you can say, you literally can. I think you can concert like kind of thing. So I'm genuinely intrigued. It's a unique game. Also on the back, as you can imagine, it's like British, but obviously Spanish. So it's obviously they were going for like all of Europe for this one. So I understand that, but that's no one off the list. So I'm very happy to have that game too. Now I did make one mistake today because there's like I knew there'd be one game I forgot the list off. I did buy R-Type for £5. I've already got it. So I'm going to check that's a better version of the one I've got. And the other one I'm probably going to sell on eBay to get some money back. So we all make mistakes. I make quite a few of them. You should see the pile of games over here I make mistakes on. It's getting bigger. And the next two games I did pay full price for, if memory serves. So I paid £15 for Disgaea 2. I think it's called Disgaea 2. So I don't know if it was the right price, but it seemed right. And it does actually come with the bonus CD. So I'm very happy with that. Another Koei game. Koei made a nearly swore then. Koei made a lot of games for PS2. And lately I've been getting a lot of them all in one go, so that's kind of handy. Will I play this game? Most likely, because Koei games are reasonably well made. Obviously Persona, Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors. So I'm going to try this. Very happy with this. But by far the best game I bought from this lady, and I paid full price for it. Phantom Brave, another Koei game. This is about 18 to £20. I got 18 for it, so once again, about right price. I've been looking for this game for some time. Once again, it's a bit weird. Obviously, Japanese oriented, obviously made by Koei. I will be playing this game. I believe it's an RPG. I could be wrong. I've been wrong so many times this week alone, so I'm probably wrong. But as you can imagine, I'm very happy to have this. So that's a win. So at the moment, my mathematics will tell me that I'm pretty much at, so it was 32, 40, 47, Jesus! 77, 82, I have to include the £5 I pay over there, 87, 18, 105. So we're sitting at 125. I spent it on Saturday already. We've got 2 games to go, by the way. The next game is the one game on the list I wanted, and probably the one game you can guess what it is. Okami! I did get a copy of this, £12, about right the price. Literally bought this inside 5 minutes. Because obviously I went to the last level games first, checked everything they've got, and it's like, there's Okami. That's mine. Very happy to have this. Very happy that the crosses us a list. Obviously made by Capcom. The art is still fantastic, by the way. Might play this again, you never know, but I'm very happy to have this. Now the next game, and probably the most expensive game I've bought all weekend. I didn't expect to find this, but I did. Silent Hill 2 Platinum Edition. Obviously you can tell in the sleeve. 50 quid. Now some people will say I overpaid, some people will say I got this cheap. In Doncaster they wanted 60 quid for this, so I'm going to say cheap. Very happy to find this. Obviously I got the original version, I've now got the Platinum version. And it's all in one piece, everything's in there. So I haven't got to look for Silent Hill 2 ever again. Yeah, this was a massive win. Obviously I kept it in the bag for obvious reasons. I will get it out of the bag. I have checked this. I have opened this, I have checked this. It is the actual proper disc. Very happy to have that. So, what was that? That was about £190 on the Saturday I spent. We'll do the mathematics, obviously, you'll see it on screen. So, Saturday, by far, a much better day. Did a lot of filming too. You'll see some of that filming. Food-wise, very expensive. I know food inflation's gone through the roof, but £10 for an ostrich burger? By the way, ostrich, just thought I'd throw that out. Didn't get one, by the way. I'm not paying £10. I don't care. £10 for an ostrich burger? You've got to be kidding me. The only thing reasonably priced was coffee. Like $2.80 for a latte? That's not a bad price for a latte. So I just imagine I got some coffee. Even the cookies were like £2.50 each. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna back away from this. You can get tacos, you can get pizza, South African cuisine. So there's quite a range of foods. And they had massive queues, so they must have been making an absolute killing this weekend. More power to them. Not paying £10 for an ostrich burger though. Just saying. Also, you probably see in the video, I did take some footage. There was one stand who was selling very expensive games. You You'll see it. There was a boxed Super Metroid in a package, and it looked very mint. They wanted £325. Hell no! You can get that game very minty for like nearly half the price at a CEX. I understand that it's like sealed, like round, like 325. Taking the piss. Also, Castlevania 4. I think they wanted 225 for the Castlevania 4. You can get that for I think £100 at CEX, very boxed. So once again, taking a half a piss. Honestly, I understand for those who want like perfect conditions, someone might pay that. Shockingly, when I left, they were still sitting on the shelf. They barely saw the thing. Rightfully so. If they see this video, again, the price is going to come down. Someone will eventually pay that price. I firmly believe that. Not this weekend, I didn't pay that price. As you can see, you'll see in the video, I did a full walk around on Sunday, by the way, in the morning while it was very quiet. Norwich Amiga Club were there in force, and the Amiga PCs, obviously keyboards and everything. Still impressive. It's still impressive how strong that community is and how many games you can play on Amiga. Obviously, some of them haven't aged well, and some of them are aged surprisingly well. Terrible English, I don't care, moving on. But yeah, I did play some fun of that. Obviously, you can play other games. I did end up playing some Super Ghouls and Ghosts, which is one of my favourite, if my favourite, SNES game. I have beaten that game. If anyone doesn't realise, that game was really hard. You have to go through the game twice. The jump is stiff, but if you get used to it, you can beat that game quite easily. Dan was pretty shocked how well I was doing. It's like, I'm used to this game. That's the way it is. I will say one thing this year. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but there was some serious love for the Dreamcast this year. Very Sega biased this year at OLL. Mainly because most of the YouTubers there were massive Sega fans. Got no problem with that, but sometimes it's like Sega bias and it's like pushing it a bit too hard. And it got to a point with some of their discussions. I didn't take footage of some of their discussions, but apparently the best console ever made was the Dreamcast. And one of their discussions, it was like, really, the same console that got utterly annihilated with the PS2. That was the best console ever made, was it? Yeah, I'm just gonna walk away from this conversation. Dreamcast is an awesome console. It is utterly true. But there's a reason why it didn't sell as many as the PS2. There's a reason why it was the last ever console sold by Sega. And it's the reason why Sega have not sold a console for the last 25 years. Facts. I might get some hate for this, but I love the Dreamcast, by the way. But I got annihilated with the PS2. It's a fact. That happened. Move on. It is true though, for modding community, you can mod a Dreamcast to do anything you want pretty much. It's that easy to do. Also, like, making new games for the Dreamcast actually is shockingly easy. There's a lot of independent games for the new Dreamcast this year being made. They're making games for a 25-year-old console. That's cool. It really is cool. Anyway, let's move on. So anyway, today's haul, I only got 5 games today. We'll just go through them one by one. Actually, they were all exactly the same price. 5 games, all £8 each. First game, Island Extreme Stunts. Lego game, Stunts. I knew I needed to get this. £8? Don't know if I overpaid for it or not, but it's a game I don't need anymore. I do like the Lego games. I do like Star Wars Lego, Batman Lego, but Extreme Stunts. Yeah. Game number 2 for Sunday, Evergrace, a Ubisoft game. Apparently it's a game of intense magic and thunderous battles. I'm going to try this. Also, interesting note of the box, in written in British, but the Italian section is like twice the size. So I'm assuming there's a strong Italian presence for this game. I know as Italians love Evergrace? I don't know, because there's no Spanish on this, so very targeted audience, British and Italians. I'll try that, but let's say, I never even heard that game before, but it's like, got it now. So it's like, never won the boggle. For game number 3, a game that intrigued me, Global Defense Force. Apparently, by Essential Games, it's essential. But the first line on the back intrigues me. Giant ants have been sighted in London. Go on. Destroy giant ants with your tanks, your commandos. 140 different types of weapons. Just for that first line alone, I am playing this game. Giant ants attack London. You know, generally speaking, it is nice to get games made for London. You might notice in the last 10 years, we get a lot of films filmed in London now. That's because of tax reasons. But amazing the amount of films in like 30 years where the aliens will attack America first. Because obviously, and it is true, America is a superpower. It's like, but you have, and it's always America who saves the day. Just saying. Even Independence Day, it's like America saves the day. No one else helps. It's America comes up with everything. I will say that film, Bill Pullman gives quite possibly the best president speech in human history. He will not go quietly into the night. He will not give up without a fight. Oh, that's such an awesome speech. Right, the last two games, Game 4 and 5, I'm going to do together because they're both in the same franchise. Phantasy Star Universe and Phantasy Star Universe Ambitions of the Illuminati? Yeah. Both games obviously were really made for internet connection, so I don't know if they're actually going to work anymore, but at £8 each, I did need both of them, and I can actually wipe Phantasy Star off the list now. They're both got. So that's a win. So that is £40. Add it to yesterday's total. What was it? Not £300, but past £250. So I've like £270 I spent in the last 2 days on games, which is actually roughly what I guess I would spend. I would have preferred to get more expensive games. By that I mean less games than actually the ones I wanted. There was one game that came late on that I didn't get. You remember my list, Persona 3 FES version? Right at the end, like we thought, like 2 hours before we left, someone started selling their own games and they wanted £90 for the FES version. Problem with that is, by that point, I didn't have £90 left. So I wanted to scream at them, "Where were you yesterday?" That's what I wanted to scream. Couldn't do. But he had some awesome games. I think he had Super Mario RPG for like £170, and that was like fully boxed, like conditioned. There was some awesome conditioned games there for like all kinds of consoles, especially at last level games, but there's only so much money I can spend. Also on a side note, there is an eBay lot I'm currently trying to win that ends tonight. Obviously this being Sunday the 16th. If I do win that, that's going to be an episode, and I'm hoping to win that because that will be an awesome lot to win. I can't go into it anymore, but it's like, it would be the best lot I've won here so far for this channel. If I do win that lot though, there won't be much more spending this month. So OLL in conclusion. Very successful weekend, very enjoyable gaming festival. Majority of it is positives, slight negatives for me personally, but obviously I'm one person, they're going for everyone. Very happy. We'll go next year again for the weekend. I think they might need a bigger building though, or like extend more out, because this year I got the sense that they probably could get more stalls or stands inside if they wanted to. Also, YouTubers, I don't know how much they pay, they've like fail stuff, I don't know how they do that, or finances. More YouTubers here this year than was last year, so they're going for suffering. Overall, complete success again like last year. Bigger than last year, better than last year for the majority of reasons. Not all reasons. For me personally, collecting games, probably less this year than there was last year. But that's for me, that's for gaming collecting. For everyone else, massive win. So, but that's like a minor issue. That's so minor, it's not a massive issue. You know what I mean? I mean, I will go every time. I will say one thing, I think I mentioned it earlier, I think it's because of the Doncaster gaming market, my expectations were a bit too high. That's on me. We all get a bit ambitious. So for the future, what does the future hold? There will be an eBay lot video coming up very soon. I bought this quite a bit long time ago. Well, I say long time ago, 2 weeks ago I bought this. I didn't want to buy this. I saw it literally with 10 minutes to go and I snapped it up and I got a good deal. That's coming. There will be another top 10 coming. Probably going to be top 10 PS2 fighting games. That's going to be interesting because I've had my personal friends have I had some arguments with my personal friend over this, so because I've already told him what number one's going to be, and he disagrees. So we'll see if there's any disagreement online. I like doing top 10s. They're simple. I express an opinion. Simply put, how can I put this? I like having conversations with other people about video games. That's what this whole channel is all about. That and collecting them. It's enjoyable. Simple as that. Also, will there be any CEX visits anytime soon? I can't. I got nothing planned. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Probably for this month, probably no more. But obviously, next month, May, there will definitely be something. There'll definitely be something. Norwich Game Market, because the Game Market, the same people did Doncaster, they are coming to Norwich. I think they're coming in June. We'll be going to that. So July, obviously, I'm going to WWE Wrestling Money in the Bank. Dan, me and Dan are both going with friends, so that's gonna be fun. That's cost me a bit of money, so that might affect what games I buy in July. We don't know. If I do end up winning this eBay lot tomorrow, the majority of those games are probably doubles. I'm probably going to sell that stuff back on. So that'll be another video. It's all what's and ifs at the moment. But at the moment, we will do 1 episode per week, maybe 2 if we include top 10s a little more. I might do a few more YouTube shorts because I'm starting to enjoy that kind of stuff. We're not going anywhere. We are into this now. Dave enjoys doing editing. He's getting into it too. I'm curious if the community is going to expand, because I think I mentioned this before. 2 months in, I didn't expect to have over 100 people watching this, so that's I'm still well ahead of the curve on like happiness. I expect like 6 months to get up to 100. So I'm curious now, growth-wise, if we can get to 1,000 inside 2 years. We shall see. I'm not that ambitious. Dave is incredibly ambitious. So we shall see. There is, in the next 2 months, there is a future episode including Dan. Don't know what's going to happen. We'll find that out, because obviously we'll see what he wants to do. Because at the end of the day, his channel is so much more bigger than mine. I'm not going to dictate anything. If he wants to do stuff and include me, I am all in. Anyway, this has been a good weekend. Thank you for watching again. Please subscribe, please comment, please like. I do reply to every comment, regardless if I agree with it or not. I do like talking to people, simple as that. It's fun, that's what it's all about. Thank you for watching again. See you next time. Bye.